All right, those of us that have served, whether it be military or first responders, a lot of times we have kind of rules that we live by, a moral compass, if you will, and we kind of expect those that are around us and that serve with us will be a part of that and follow those rules. And so when we get out and we're around the general public, civilians, sometimes we struggle with that. We expect certain things, and other people live by different rules, and they've grown up differently and do things that maybe logically don't make sense. And I can tell you, me personally, struggle when somebody does something that is more emotional and not logical. I don't understand it, very black and white. Like, it's very simple to me that it should have been X, Y, Z. So I've got this 7 rules that I live by, rules of life, if you will, and I'm going to make sure that I have it posted below the video as well. But very simple. Number 1, smile. I mean, it's simple, just to smile. And if somebody's having a really bad day and they're in a dark spot, somebody smiling at them could literally be the difference to pull them out of that. The veterans obviously have 22 a day, and others within our community, we all struggle with different things, and so that one little thing of smiling can be a huge difference. Number 2, let it go. This one can really be a struggle for some, and I would say in our community more than most, we probably say things like it is what it is. I can tell you I do, but really that number 2, letting go, is going to be a huge thing. And so the other thing I'd mention is letting go doesn't necessarily mean forgiving. It just simply means that you're accepting. If you set certain boundaries and make people understand that they can't do that in the future, that's a form of letting go. And that really brings the power back into your side of the court, and from that you can kind of move on. Number 3, this is huge. Ignore it. Ignore them. Number 3. If somebody is loud and being belligerent, or a kid throwing a temper tantrum, they're wanting a reaction. They're wanting attention. And if you give it to them, you're reinforcing that if they do those things, they're going to get what they want. And so simply ignoring can be huge. When you're chasing your dreams, this can be huge. That'll be another one in here, but sometimes family and friends will want you to be protected, and they have the best of intentions and trying to tell you that something is risky or you shouldn't do it, and they know a friend of a family that lost everything. But if it's something that brings you happiness and you know that it makes sense for you, you've got to chase that. You've got to be able to turn that off and go anyways. Number 4, don't compare. With the social media highlight reels and everybody posting about their great vacations and great families and the Lamborghinis and Ferraris that a lot of people seem to have or rent, and nothing wrong with renting them. Let me just say that's a cool experience. But if you're showing it as your own, don't do that. And so comparing against those people that have things like that or show that they have things like that does nothing for you. At the end of the day, you've got to live your life, and you've got to say, hey, with the things that I have, the things that I get to do, the family that I have, the house or the roof that I have over my head, even, renting, same thing. There's times where I would have killed to have my own apartment rather than sharing with 4 different people in, a certain apartment. So when you get to that point in your life where you have an apartment, a house, a car, a reliable car, be grateful for those things. Be grateful for the people that are in your life. So number 4. Number 5, stay calm. For those of us that have been in chaos or been through training and been a part of the military, been a part of first responders and dealing with emergent situations, obviously sometimes we've gotten to a point where there is a calm in the chaos. And so being calm may not be that difficult. But what comes with that oftentimes is being calm. We pause or turn off our emotions in the time. And then we don't always necessarily have time right after to deal with said emotions. And so that comes into a whole nother thing of, it's great to be able to be calm and and simply know that in time you'll get it figured out. But at the same time, think about the emotional side of things, especially if you have friends and family. They deserve to have that emotion there. Number 6, avoid negativity. This is huge. When I figured out how to avoid the negativity, and that involved, unfortunately, some friends, some family, I couldn't be around as much. I couldn't talk to as much. That was just part of it. If they were constantly talking about how they hated to get up and go to work and how their situation was so unfair and all these things, but at the same time, they did the same thing day in, day out and never attempted to make it better or change their situation, that's going to rub off on you. And so, I made some of those changes in my life, and that opportunity then allowed me to remove certain things. And, when you have the gratefulness, the mindfulness to say, I'm thankful that I can get up and go to work, and I'm thankful that I have the money to pay for a roof over my head or a reliable car. I can pay for my kids to have food on the table, those types of things. That's just going to put you in a whole lot better of a mindset rather than the negativity of I can't, I won't, I shouldn't, I don't deserve. So just kind of think about those things. So number 6, avoid the negativity. Number 7, and the last one, is dream big. As a kid that grew up in a small town of 10,000 people, it was one of those things where for us, if I saw somebody that had a house, especially in our town, it was on the west side of the town. If they had a house over there and they had a nice car, man, I thought they were super rich, super wealthy. You come to find out that that's not necessarily the case, and sometimes they're putting on a front. They're not always happy, and money doesn't always bring the happiness. Yes, it certainly makes some things easier, but it is not going to make you happy. If you are not happy and you don't have certain things figured out in your life, and you're not grateful for certain things, the money's not going to fix that problem. Dreaming big allowed us really to put together a company, wholesale some real estate for 5 years, put together a software company that then allowed us in 2020 to buy what we call our forever house on 36 acres. Now, for some, that's not their big dream. And, you want to be the $10 million, $100 million man or woman. Good for you. That's not me. I want to be really the person that is what they call the millionaire next door. And that's a book. And it's really somebody that you don't necessarily know that they have the money and they're able to kind of live on their own terms, have some great life experiences, and just kind of live low key. And that's what we've done. We're back off the beaten path, can't even see the house from the road, and like to live a low key life in a farm town of, I think it's 4,500 population. So that's just one thing. There's obviously other dreams that I have, but continue to dream big, and chase those dreams. And, if you have questions of what that looked like for me, or what that looks like, maybe I can assist or help with yours, certainly reach out, send a message, send a comment. Would love to see what I can do to help. But these rules have definitely made it to where in my life, it simplifies things a little bit. And I know if I'm doing the right things, doing them consistently doing the work, showing up, that things will fall into place. They don't necessarily happen as fast as I would like them to happen, but if we're consistently moving the line and getting in to where we're moving forward, then we're always going to be making at least an attempt to get to those goals. And there's happiness in achievements, obviously, and making some strides towards that stuff. So if you do have something, if you have any comments towards this stuff, throw it below. If you have anything you need, reach out. Either send a private message, or we have an email address set up right now, lifeafterserving@gmail.com. Obviously got the YouTube channel set up as well. If you jump on TikTok, I've got currently set up as Donald Ross _LAS, Life After Serving, basically there. And then Instagram is now set up as well. So reach out to us. Love to hear from you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out. All right, bye.